You know, I saw an Alex Hormozi video. He was giving a speech about leverage. And this is not a bash on Alex Hormozi video. We're in a completely different realm of education. He likes to help you scale to 100 million. I've never built a $100 million company. In fact, you can call his the graduate course if you want to. Mine's for helping you start with nothing. He built a whole video on leverage, but guess what? If you don't have a foundation to lever off of, the physics doesn't work. Can you picture a board just sitting on the ground? That's where you're starting. You got nothing to put underneath. You're an underdog. So it's a completely different way to build something. You can't use people and resources. You have to use you and your time. And I know that's exactly against what a lot of the gurus will tell you online. And when you get to the point where you're scaling from 50 million to 100 million, obviously you would be a fool if you're spending much of your time on certain things. But when you start with nothing, then you've got you. I built my first business saving up $4,000, living in a trailer in the desert with no water and no electricity. When you're an underdog, it's all about what you're willing to suffer through, not about who can do the work for you. Put that out of your mind right now because that's a different level. That's the graduate course and you're not there yet. You're in the elementary phase. That's the work phase. You have to think of it this way. We all have the same time. You, me, Mark Zuckerberg, we all have the same amount of hours in the week. And you can't pay people. So you got your time and you got your suffering. And that is enough to get you started. They're going to be out on Friday night. And yes, it's hard when you see a lot of those people starting their first business and they have paychecks or they have their parents' golden couch. That's what I call it. It's called a golden parachute, right? When you're the CEO of a company that gets bought and you get millions of dollars, well, golden couch is the same way. That means you have a parent that anytime you fail, you can go sleep on their couch. And if you don't have that, your opportunity is failure or make it. And I know that's a lot scarier position. A meme I saw once is if you're raised with wealthy parents, then you get 8 shots of the dartboard that called success. Middle class, you get 5 shots. And you poor folks, you get 1 shot at the dartboard because you don't have that golden couch and that makes it so much harder to take a risk. I applaud you for doing it. That's why I love making these videos because I believe it gives you a much better shot, but you have to know the truth. You get 1 shot at it. That's why we're doing pre-work videos. That's why I talk about fitness. That's why I talk about diet. That's why I talk about giving the hours towards something because that's the advantage that you have. If you're willing to work hard, you can get anything you want. I guarantee it. The only reason I tell you anything about myself is I want you to see it possible because seeing it possible is one of the major things that will get you there. I was fortunate enough to work around a lot of rich people that didn't treat me fair at all. It made me angry. Especially it made me angry when I saw how normal they were. They weren't any smarter. They weren't even any harder working. In fact, they had the cheat code. They had the golden couch. They had the connections. But you can outwork those things. I guarantee it. Think of your Friday nights working while they're out playing around. You're going to have to put off the fancy car and invest in your business, but you can make it. And in fact, you know what the wonderful reward to this is nobody can take it away from you. I'll bet if you ask Jeff Bezos, and I'm not talking crap on the man, he got some funding from his family to start Amazon, but he worked really, really hard. Yet everybody says Jeff Bezos' family helped him start his business. And trust me, when you get to your success without it, you'll be so glad you started with nothing. You've earned it. Not to say he hasn't, but daily people try to take it away from him. And I'll bet you anything on this planet, if you could ask him, he would have started with nothing just so they couldn't try to take that away from him. Don't look at it as a disadvantage. Look at it as an advantage. Look at it as the greater reward when you get to it. And I'm here to try to help you along the way. Put it out of your mind. You are going to work in your business when you start. The on part is for later. Don't listen to them online. You're not doing it wrong. You have to give up your hours. I want you to learn this stuff, and I want you to learn every piece of it. In my MBA program, they don't teach me to be the world's biggest expert in finance. They teach me a lot about it so I can manage it. Same with marketing. That's why you should know something about marketing. You should know something about accounting. It's like boot camp for your business to know all these things because later on, when you're working more on your business instead of in your business on these things, and you can afford it, now you have teammates. And one of the biggest disasters I see happen with businesses these days is these horrible consultants that don't know what they're doing. But the business owners know way less So they'll listen to them. I've walked in hundreds of businesses and I haven't seen one decent P&L, meaning none of their accountants are worth a damn. Marketing firms that give them zero ROI. Websites built for $60,000 that all you optimize for is your name. They're out there, folks, and they're ready to eat you alive because you don't know anything about it. This is the stage where you start. You'll get your leverage. You'll get to your Alex Hormozi course. He's there waiting for you to scale 50 to 100 million. For now, you got to make the first one, and that is the hardest one. But you can do it with just these. We'll see you next week.